Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about NFL news. So we're going to go over everything here so far from today. We have a lot of NFL to get into. So a few things, this is from yesterday. Eagles requested to interview Bobby Slowik, Dolphins senior pass game coordinator, for their offensive coordinator position. Bobby Slowik looks better with the way the Texans offense has played without him, I guess. But I mean, C.J. Stroud did have that big rookie year, and that was his offensive coordinator. But it is 1 year, so I don't know, man. Maybe, we'll see. Yeah, they requested to interview Bobby Slowik. Your championship Sunday for the NFC and AFC. It's official. The Broncos Patriots at 3 p.m. on CBS. And then at 6:30 on Fox, Rams Seahawks for the NFC Championship. So let's get to the news from this morning and throughout the day so far. So Rams pass game coordinator Nate Shalacy will be getting a second head coaching interview with the Cleveland Browns. But with the Rams win on Sunday night, the Browns cannot talk with him until next Monday, so they have to wait. So the Raiders' current head coaching interview schedule today will be Mike McDaniel, former Dolphins head coach. Tuesday, Chargers defense coordinator Jesse Minter, and then Panthers defense coordinator Ejiro Evero. And then Wednesday, it was going to be Packers defense coordinator Jeff Hafley, but we have some news regarding Jeff Hafley. So Wednesday probably won't be Jeff Hafley because we have some news regarding him. The Rams defense coordinator Chris Shula and offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur. Also now we'll have to wait to do second head coach interview. So all Rams assistant coaches now on hold for hiring until next Monday at least. Jaguars defense coordinator Anthony Campanile is interviewing today for the Baltimore Ravens head coaching job. But the big news today, the Bills, they fired head coach Sean McDermott. I said I wouldn't be surprised by this. I might not have done it, but I'm not surprised. Look, this year, this playoffs thing, the playoffs this year, I thought it was Josh Allen, with the turnovers. Look, I don't think it's McDermott's fault the GM didn't acquire, good receivers. And then Josh Allen turns the ball over, 4 or 5 times. That's not Sean McDermott. But he's been a terrible coach in the postseason. The regular simply just isn't enough. Look, I love Sean McDermott. 7 playoff losses. The defense gives up an average of 31 points. And then Josh Allen has a game this year where he finally turns the ball over a lot in the playoffs. I mean, it's not just this year. It's just the playoff losses over the years is what done Sean McDermott in. I don't think it was just specifically this one. It's just, I didn't expect them to do it, but I am not surprised. They never made it to the Super Bowl under him. They losing once in the wild card, 4 times in the divisional, and twice in the AFC Championship. I thought it was time to move on. It's just the playoff failures over the years, with the defense and Josh Allen having to be Superman, and can't finally come back to bite him with the turnovers. Look, they were the second winningest team in his tenure, but 8-8 in the playoffs. I mean, they will be opening a new stadium next season, and they'll have a new coach as well. So 10 NFL teams fired and are hiring head coaches in this cycle. So Brandon Beam will now lead Buffalo's search for a new coach. He got a promotion. Oh, wow, you got a new promotion. Wow. I don't know how the fuck he got a promotion. But Sean McDermott could well emerge as a head coaching candidate for some teams that now have an opening, and told his staff today he intends to continue coaching. The Chiefs requested permission to interview Eric Bieniemy for their offensive coordinator job per source, with Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy being advised for a Titans head coaching job, and also an expiring contract. The Chiefs are on a potential replacement, so they're probably going to hire Eric Bieniemy, which, obviously, he was the offensive coordinator for Patrick Mahomes a few years ago. The Falcons head coach Kevin Stefanski as his defensive coordinator. They retained Jeff Ulbrich. Former Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy has now met twice in recent days for the Titans head coaching job. Once in late December in Green Bay, again Friday and Saturday in Tennessee. Kelvin Shepard, the Miami Dolphins, completed an interview with him, the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator. Zach Charbonnet, Seahawks running back, suffered a season-ending knee injury that will require surgery. He tore his ACL. The Raiders have requested permission to interview 49ers offensive coordinator Clay Kubiak for their head coaching job, and they completed their interview with Mike McDaniel. Source: the Detroit Lions are working to finalize a deal to hire former Arizona Cardinals offensive coordinator Drew Petzing as their next offensive coordinator. Dan Campbell's going to be calling plays again by like week 4. Really? Best you could do? So, the Broncos are opening the practice window for J.J. Dobbins, who suffered that season-ending, what was thought to be season-ending foot injury in week 10 against the Raiders. He has a chance to play in Sunday's AFC Championship game against the Patriots. Not a guarantee, but there is a chance he could play. Patrick Graham, Las Vegas Raiders defensive coordinator, completed a head coaching interview with the Dolphins. The conference championship game referees are Alex Kemp's crew and Clay Martin's. Steelers are scheduled to meet Tuesday with Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores about their head coaching vacancy. Chargers, they completed an interview with Arthur Smith for their offensive coordinator position. And this is what I was talking about, hinting at. Jeff Hafley, Dolphins, per ESPN sources, are hiring former Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley as their head coach. He completed his second interview with the team today. Will be their new head coach. Oh boy, I can already see it. They're going to bring in Malik Willis. I mean, he's actually good though now, so. But 2 interviews to hire a head coach. I don't know, man. I feel like he'll be fired after like 2 years. 2 or 3 years he's going to get fucking fired. But they hired former Packers personnel, John Eric Sullivan, as their general manager, and got Jeff Hafley. So that's 3 coaching hires. Harbaugh, Stefanski, and Hafley. The first round of Steelers head coaching interviews were complete. They completed with Ezra Evero, Jeff Hafley. He's already moving to Miami. Jesse Minter, Nate Shalacy, Chris Shula, and Anthony Weaver. The Browns completed a second head coaching interview with Jim Schwartz. The Giants requested to interview Vikings passing game coordinator and DB's coach Geronte Joseph for their defensive coordinator position. His interview in person with the Cowboys and Jets for their defensive coordinator positions. So apparently, although Dan Campbell liked Mike McDaniel very much, the Lions didn't view him as quite the right fit, so they went with Drew Petzing. I don't get how you pass on a guy like McDaniel for offensive coordinator. I don't think he's a head coach, but I think he can be a good offensive coordinator. Quite the right fit. Okay, then how the hell is Drew Petzing a right fit? Sure. Dan Campbell will be calling plays again by like week 4. The Chiefs are expected to bring back Eric Bieniemy as their offensive coordinator. Them boys gonna be right back to being the team to beat in the AFC. Just watch.
Here is the latest update.
Mahomes gonna come back from that ACL. Bieniemy's offensive coordinator. They're gonna be right back to where they were. This is part of Pro Football Talk. Take some grain of salt. There have been speculation recently that Ravens and Raiders can end up discussing a trade that would send Lamar to Vegas. There's a feeling out there that the Raiders are going to make a play for Lamar. That's a big splash. He ain't playing for the Raiders. Stop this. It's per Pro Football Talk. Yeah, they're giving Mendoza #1 pick. Stop this. Texas superstar pass rusher Will Anderson, who's eligible for an extension this offseason. He's expected to have negotiations this offseason with the team. So from stuff from Rappaport, the Bucks will interview Bengals offensive coordinator Dan Pitcher for their vacant offensive coordinator job this week. And the Cowboys will interview Jonathan Gannon for their defensive coordinator job tonight. And then Eagles passing coordinator Christian Parker interviews on Wednesday. There's interest in Broncos pass game specialist Jim Leonard as well. So some coordinators Cowboys working out. The Ravens are bringing Anthony Weaver on Tuesday for a second interview for their head coaching job. It might be it for the NFL. There's a lot of NFL news today, man. With interviews, Sean McDermott getting fired. Bunch of stuff, man. But I believe that is all the NFL. Let's move on. I guess I'll include this for NBA news. Like, there's not really any normal news, so let's go over it here. The All-Stars. The East All-Stars is the starters is Jalen Bronson, Antetokounmpo, Tyrese Maxey, Cade Cunningham, Jaylen Brown. For the West, Luka Doncic, SGA, Steph Curry, Jokic, and Wembanyama. But those are the All-Star starters. I just want to include that for NBA news, so let's go to college football and all. Well, enough with the little college football news. There is some transferring, some stuff in the transferring portal. Going for a few things from last night. Oklahoma transfer receivers on Kearney committed to Wisconsin. Mosey Phillips, a second safety, committed to Oklahoma State. Dominic Macon, defensive lineman, also committed to Oklahoma State. DeAndre Robinson committed to Oregon. Mekhi Frazier, Michigan State running back, going to Michigan, to Ole Miss, excuse me. Zach Owens, transferring from Mississippi State to Missouri. Louisville transfer quarterback Mason Mims is also committed to ETSU, East Tennessee State. Tyler Thomas, defensive lineman. Tyler's twin brother Trent recently committed to Tennessee, and he committed to Kentucky. Kentucky also got Southern Utah transfer receiver Shane Carr out of the transferring portal. Davie Belfort is committed to JMU. UCF transfer. Wide receiver, UCF transfer receiver DJ White, South Carolina. Gavin Sawchuk, running back Florida State, is transferred to Northwestern. Georgia transfer edge Elo Madozi is committed to Purdue. Kent State transfer edge Jamin Mathis has flipped his commitment from Virginia to Texas Tech. Texas Tech trying with that big boy money. Evan Chica, New Haven transfer, is committed to Florida. Ibu Bedak Bugwoo, Missouri State offensive line transfer line is committed to South Carolina. That's some stuff from the transfer portal accounts I'm going to go over. There's nothing from on 3. Hayes Falls, there's a few, but yeah, that's all I'm going to say for this video. NFL, some NBA there with the, or also Jalen Williams, I think, is out indefinitely. The J-Dub, excuse me, is out with a hamstring strain. That's one other thing for NBA, but I think it's really it here. So yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Peace.